just what's it called? Highlight.
Highlight. Oh, we're live right now. They can hear us on there.
Oh no, I have All right. Live screen. We are live.
We are.
Hold on. I've got to do my Dr. Evil.
Well, hello there, Dr. Evil. Welcome back, folks.
There's no one there yet. It's just us.
I know. It's just us.
Let's get some guys.
People will watch it.
They will join. Let's wait till a few get in here.
But they watch our replays, right?
I know, it sucks that they watch our replay.
Welcome people, dude. We got to say hi, everybody.
Welcome
to another segment of the Sim Racing Guys.
So,
two old fat people with no hair and with similar goatees. Mike, I see that you're trying to compete with me right now.
See, you have the Hitler stash underlip.
Well, that's not something that.
And I have the what's it called? The Charlie Chaplin.
I call that the flavor saver. Doesn't everybody call that the flavor saver?
Oh, fuck.
But I've been watching the progression of your goatee over the last month because a month ago you had like a little peach fuzz going, and then I don't know what happened over the last week because I know we didn't broadcast last week. I had a work schedule conflict and blah, blah, blah. But in a 2-week period, Mike, I don't know if you put some kind of baby seal oil on your face or something, but
I got a new facial cream. A new cream.
Your hair. Oh, well, we didn't want to see your ass.
Did you see my ass?
Just for a second.
Yeah, that's all right. That's right. Hold on. I gotta block something off. So
that's good mood lighting right there.
That's good. Hold on. We're gonna fix it here. Hold on. There we go. It goes off after a while. I gotta fix that. There we go.
Oh, that's your garage light, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, I don't know what you've been doing with your face, Mike, but your hair now is profoundly produced, and I'm going to shave mine off now just so that people can tell the difference between us.
I've got what's called the Mr. Burns going on here. So
I got that too.
It must be an Italian thing.
It could be. Actually, my Italian grandfather had, a lot less hair, but it was still combable, and my dad still has some hair. My brother and I both have this problem.
Your brother?
Half dome.
See, I'm the only one.
Both have the half dome effect.
I'm the only one in my family that's bald.
Interesting, whose genes you got?
Milkman's.
So
Milkman's genes.
We didn't have any show last week, so we've been working on a few things in between, and I think one of the things that we're kind of excited about is we're starting to we're going to have some interviews with some known YouTubers that are involved in sim racing, and I believe next week our first guest is going to be Mike from Sim Racing 604.
He literally lives an hour and a half from me.
Well, jeez.
He should just come over here and we'll just sit here and he can go in this rig.
Like, one of those, so I was telling Mike and I were working on a couple of ideas, and we came up with the idea of having a hot lap contest between our different guests. No matter who they are, they're going to have to get in the car and do a timed lap, and we'll get like a little leaderboard and see who the fastest of our sim racing personalities out there are. And so that'll be pretty interesting to kind of go behind the scenes with some of these guys and talk about their sim racing history.
While you're chatting, I'm mass spamming people in chat groups that.
I thought you were doing watching porn again.
No. It distorts it on the ultra wide. It distorts it on the ultra wide.
Put two side by side.
Side by side. Yeah. No. My luck, the wife will come in.
So, one of the things I've been having a challenge with is my Sim Experience AccuForce V2. I've been just struggling with getting the force feedback right. I'm not a previous Sim Commander 4 user, so I didn't know how things were set up prior to that, but everybody's talking about using our, I guess it's a cloud tune, and
you talked about this. You talked about this 2 weeks ago, and as we were talking, maybe you should just do a reset, R Factor 2 reinstall.
Well, that's basically. So that's kind of what I did the other day, and I hate doing that, but yeah, I went ahead and uninstalled both Automobilista and R Factor 2, did a full reinstall, just because I want the sim to be at its basic settings, like its default settings, and then work from scratch again, because, and you had given me some tips, Mike, about wheel rotation and what the things I was experiencing in both Automobilista and R Factor 2 is that the wheel would, it didn't feel like the rotation was right, it felt very, like if you were looking at the steering on a curve, it wasn't linear, it was like a low to high curve. So like this kind of movement didn't do a lot, but as I got, like if I came into a hairpin, I was having to like over rotate my wheel to get through them. And it's just kind of weird because it changed, because I remember at one point it was working totally fine, and then I don't know if the cloud tuning changes each time, but I don't know, maybe some users, some of the AccuForce users out there can give us some tips, because that would be extremely helpful for my sanity.
I told you to get a SimuCube 2, you didn't listen.
I love this wheel. I mean,
I know. Bang for the buck, the AccuForce is the best. You get the wheel, you get everything with it. The software is just what's like.
And it's really, like, I think the nicest looking one. I know it's just the shield over the top, but it still looks cool. Like when I have my friends come over that don't know anything about sim racing, and they get in front of this thing, they go, "What the hell? What is this?" And yeah, so that's something. Oh, and the other thing too is I'm searching for a new. I haven't used my AccuForce wheel very much. I tend to use my Fanatec Formula wheel that I converted, and but I do remember when I did use the AccuForce wheel, it was very comfortable. But I want to get like kind of a GT rim for it, like a more of a like a Formula rim, but has not as small of a diameter. And I know you showed me one last week, and I'm still waiting for you to send it to me.
Which one was that?
I don't know. You had some kit that you had with some wheel kit that you didn't build. You had an electrical, you had a conduit box on the back.
Yes. It's still sitting here, you know that? It hasn't moved.
I know. It's not sitting here, it's sitting there.
I found the other one, so we're good. I found the other one.
It'd be cool to make that thing work. Give me something to work on, hobby-wise. So, Mike, I know that you did a lot of work this week, and I think you were trying to get yourself a AMS2 server up and running. How was that experience? What did you end up having to do, or what kind of stuff was required.
It is the worst dedicated server manager known to man. I shit you not, I was ready to just uninstall it.
Okay, all right.
So you literally have to. All right.
Yeah, maybe there's people out there that are having the same problem.
We had the same issue with. So when Automobilista 1 came out, it was on the R Factor 2 engine. Was it R Factor 2 or R Factor 1? R Factor 1 engine.
R Factor 1.
So it used the R Factor dedicated server, which made it easy, simple.
Very easy.
R Factor 2, to set up a server on R Factor 2, you literally have to be brain dead not to be able to do it. Well, we all know which way Automobilista 2 went with their engine and went with the Simply Mad Studios design, and which, you know, it looks good. Force feedback's all right. It's definitely an update from Project Cars. From Project Cars. It's a huge update from Project Cars 2 and force feedback and just quality. It's everything Project Cars 2 should have been.
Or 3. Project Cars 3 should have been.
Should have been, yes. But they used the Simply Mad Studios dedicated server.
Okay. And I know when I was first using Project Cars 2, it was nearly impossible to run a dedicated Project Cars 2 server.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's the worst. It's the worst. Can never get it to work. Even in our league, we tried getting it to work, and the league, they would show up, and then next thing you know, the cars we selected aren't the cars that are there, and the track we selected aren't the track that we, you know. It's, you join the server, it's like totally wrong car, totally wrong track. It all goes by stupid little numbers you have to put in. They have like a calculator that tells you what like if ABS is allowed, traction control is allowed, shit like that.
So it's basically you're just editing a file through.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
So here we go. We're excited about new updates on Sims, and you have Automobilista 2 that released an update. Now, to be honest with you, I haven't tried the Mini. I haven't tried any of the new cars yet because I was struggling with my force feedback a little bit. So you obviously got, motivated to try to get that server up and running.
Tried.
So did it work?
Kind of.
Okay.
Eric was able to join, but it was the right car, wrong track.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Was it just Brazil? It just defaulted to the...
to Brazil.
Okay, all right.
Just defaulted to Brazil, which...
So there's got to be a way to figure out how to change the track.
I've been trying, man. I've wasted enough of my life this week on it. Like, you know me, my work schedule's long days.
So me not being as technically skilled as you in the server world, if I'm able to launch it and run it from here, what would you say to that? Like if I got on it for like an hour and I figured it out, and then I came on, I said, Mike, go on there and go look. What would you get upset?
No. I'd be like, what the F did you do? Because I've read every form, everything. I've wasted enough of my life on it. Yeah, just like I did on Project Cars 2.
Yeah. I'll take a swing at it, and then, it doesn't hurt to have another person trying, because then you could possibly find where the problem was, or whatever. But yeah, we got to figure out how to change a track, for God's sake. Can't just race. I like Interlagos. Okay, I like Interlagos.
It gets boring fast.
One of my favorites. I'm sure it gets boring fast.
Where is everyone? No one's here today. What's going on? Maybe it's Sunday.
Yeah,
Maybe it's
Thanksgiving. Oh, hey! Happy Thanksgiving, Canadians, my friends to the north, and you, Mike, because you are north.
We ate yesterday.
You are a Canuck.
I am a Canuck. We ate yesterday. We went to a friend's house.
How was dinner? What did you have?
Turkey, ham, meatballs. My wife makes this killer broccoli salad.
I like broccoli salad.
So good. So good. There was a vegan there, so we couldn't have any bacon in it.
Why did you bring a vegan into your
home?
I
don't know. It wasn't my home. Honestly, it wasn't my home.
So what? There was no... did they cry the whole time?
No.
Every time your fork stuck into that beautiful turkey?
I had like 3 plates, dude. I was just like, gravy, mashed potatoes.
Yeah, I'm an eater. I love Thanksgiving, man. Ours isn't until the third Thursday of November, and I'm not quite sure what we're going to do, my family-wise, but I remember I lived in Toronto for about 3 years, and my girlfriend at the time would take me out for my Thanksgiving, and we would go to a place called Swiss Chalet.
Oh, God. Oh, God. That must be an East Coast thing, because it's... Swiss Chalet is, no.
I enjoyed it. I actually liked Swiss Chalet. They had, like... It was chicken, like roasted chicken, and then they would have like this little dipping sauce that you would put it in, and it was like...
Don't get me wrong, the sauce is like liquid crack cocaine.
It is, okay?
The sauce is liquid crack cocaine. I will give it that.
I still think about it. Probably 20 years ago.
So we had a Swiss Chalet here, and it's no longer around.
It tanked, yeah.
Oh, God. Swiss Chalet is where the old people go after church.
My favorite was the Toblerone that they gave you at the end. Like
I never got one the last time I was there. Son of a bitch.
They would give you like on the tray, but maybe that was.
I know. They're pricks. Goddamn pricks. All I want to do is get fat.
They need like a turkey chalet. Let's talk. Well, anyway. What else about
turkey.
SimRacing? So
iRacing. Have you heard the news on iRacing this week?
Well, I've heard. Okay, so I read a couple things, and I guess there was. I mean, get me if I'm wrong, because I've been busy, so my article reading has been like quick glances and headlines and stuff like that. But was there somebody on there that revealed a cheat?
He didn't reveal it. So some guy had filmed following some other driver, and in 3 corners or something like that, he's got 2 seconds in front of him.
Huh. Okay.
The guy who was accused of cheating ended up coming on to it was on SimRace247.com. So they actually talked to the guy. His name was Callum Cross. And everyone thought he was related to someone, the head steward at iRacing, because they got the same last name. But the main reason he reached out is because he's not
related
not related.
Yeah.
So I'm just reading it here. He says he's been cheating for over a year.
Oh my God.
So
and what is the cheat? I mean,
he doesn't say. He doesn't say how he does it or what it is.
Well, it's got to be tire grip level, because to get through a turn 2 seconds faster than somebody else, it's got to be.
Yeah, and to be fair, I've never looked into cheating on iRacing because I don't really race iRacing.
Yeah, I don't either.
I just personally feel that I'll hop on it once in a while. I do have a sub. I do have most of the tracks, all the cars. You know, I just bought the C8 Vet. I still haven't touched it yet.
I'm so excited about whoever, because honestly, I don't knock iRacing for what it accomplished and what it does, because it does bring a huge community together. But I was hoping R Factor 2 was going to have the Corvette first. But
I think it's coming. I think they're working on that. Well, they're working on that Bentley, and now they finished the Ferrari. Yeah.
Very good car, by the way. Enjoyed it.
The Ferrari or the Bentley?
The Ferrari. We're talking about R Factor, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
But I know Marcel at Studio 397 has a vet, and I can see him pushing to get it.
Yeah.
So
I really want. Like, I'm a huge Corvette racing fan. Even though I don't ever pick the car to race, I just there's better cars to race right now. But
I would love to get Marcel on here.
Oh, well, maybe
we should shoot him a message. Marcel, come to our. We're new.
We're new.
We're new.
Have you come on here?
Come on here and run your lap in your own game.
We're using their simulator for our hot lap competition. Yeah. But my point was, when I lived in Long Beach, California, and I lived in a building that used to overlook the back straightaway of Long Beach Grand Prix. Yeah. So I was 12 stories up, looking down. And every time the IMSA cars were there, that Corvette, when it would start off at this back straightaway, coming down Pine Street and making the right, and going under the Performing Arts Center there, that thing was so loud. It was louder than every other car on that track. And it was like bone-shaking loud, okay? And man, I just loved hearing that thing barrel down that straightaway, and then the downshifts as he's braking. So for me, that was like, oh yeah, Corvette is awesome. But now I'm really interested in driving the mid-engine version because I know it's going to help with the handling and stuff of that car.
We're up to 6 viewers, and we got a new follower, Crab Crust. That is Nick Curry. So Nick Curry helped me start Exiled.
Hi, Mr. Nick Curry. Glad to have you. So yeah, it's one of those things that I'm looking forward to coming out, and I know R Factor is really on top of trying to complete the whole series of cars for all those endurance and GT3 series. So that'll be pretty cool. But this cheating thing, let's get back to the cheating thing. So what is the response from?
Sim racing is such a niche thing right now.
It is.
And so they banned. I guess iRacing banned the guy. Well, he's not too worried because he can just start a new account.
Okay.
So he's not too worried he's gonna get banned. He's like, I'll just start a new account. But it makes you wonder how many other people are doing it, especially in the higher ranked modes.
Well, is iRacing addressing the cheat? Are they gonna?
But there's no. How do you iRacing use anti-cheat software, but the anti-cheat software they use is easily cracked. Look at all the bans and Call of Duty and stuff like that. It all uses an anti-cheat, but you can still do it. It's just the idiot stupid enough to get caught streaming with it.
Yeah, that's a little bit. I mean, I'm surprised other people didn't say stuff like that. Like, there's times where I get on and I'm, when we're racing and we have certain drivers that are just so bloody fast, and the truth is they put the work in. They go on, they tune their setup. They have a style of driving, so they know exactly, and they use tools like Motec and stuff like that help them get that performance out of the car. I would love to just go, hey dude, give me your setup, but you can't do that to somebody who spent maybe 6 hours.
I do it all the time. I used to be the guy that spent all week on a setup.
Mike, I've witnessed it. You popped on the server 10 minutes before qualifying. Okay, who's got a setup?
Who's got a setup? Who's got a setup? Who's got a setup?
I've never used anybody else's setup.
We've all done it. Okay, so this is a draft letter we're sending to main professional sim racing developers. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, some group has sent out a 3 questionnaire thing.
About what?
About cheating.
Oh, okay.
So question 1, what are you doing to police and ban cheaters? How many drivers are banned every month because of your cheating or on your respective sims? And are you prepared to partner with other developers to create name and shame lists of drivers and or IP addresses found in cheating? So, yeah.
Or do they find what the cheat is and then build some way to block that?
But then all you have to do is alter the code a little bit, right?
I guess, yeah. So that must be
I've used back in the day when I was young and dumb. I used hacks on Call of Duty. Everyone else is doing it, and we go in, 5 or 6 buddies would go in a lobby using the cheat.
How do you live with yourself? You should be so ashamed.
I don't sleep anymore.
I had a really weird experience once. I was, the game Arma.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm on Arma 3, and we're on a server, and I guess Arma 3 is like known to be just full of hacks, right? So. Yeah. We're like getting ready to ambush like a convoy. There's like 3 or 4 of us, and all of a sudden, everyone on the server starts getting killed. Pop, 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 pop. It's like a grenade or a rocket is landing on each person that's live in the server. So you respawn, you end up coming back to the spot, and then all of a sudden I hear this voice going, "Hey man, how's it going?" And I turn around and there's just some dude standing there. And I was like up in the trees, like out in the middle of frickin' nowhere. There was nobody that knew that I was out there except for this guy suddenly appeared right behind me. And he goes, "Don't be shooting that gun like that. Don't be doing that." And I'm going, "Who the hell is this guy?" And it was like he was talking into like within like he was standing right behind me. And I'm like, dude, I bugged out of that server. Dude, I don't know enough about that stuff, but I was like, what the hell? That was kind of creepy. Didn't like that. Did not like that.
I still haven't received my video card.
Oh, dude. That's like me waiting for my rig and my wheel. So, what's the update? What's going on? When's the last time you checked? Did you send an email? What's going on?
Oh man, I call every day. Where's my fucking video card?
Do you have an alarm on your phone that just goes?
I call every day at 10:30. Where's my fucking video card? $2,500 video card. Where is it?
So you ordered this from a local store?
Yeah.
Okay, the one that you had to go bring your tent and your.
I didn't tent. I left for work the time I usually do, 5:30 in the morning. I get there because they said when the 3080 came out, they had a lineup around the building at 6 a.m. I'm like, fuck my life.
Yeah, I've seen that at Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm gonna be one of those guys. So I literally get there, and there's no one there. Thank God, there's a Tim Hortons right next door.
That's right, where you can get a coffee and a sandwich.
And a donut.
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, it's so like 19... Oh, man. Here in the U.S., I never order a half a sandwich and a coffee. It's like the greatest thing ever to drink a coffee with your sandwich. I felt like I was in like 1950.
Eric's in the chat. I don't know if Eric's followed us yet.
Hello, Eric.
Eric's gonna come race. Eric's gonna come race with us later, I think. No, he's not. He's got Thanksgiving dinner.
I hope so. No, he's having Thanksgiving.
He's having Thanksgiving dinner.
But I really enjoyed Tim Hortons. It was a departure from what the norm is here in the United States. So.
Well, don't you guys have like Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme and shit like that?
Yeah, but they're not like. I guess you can maybe get a sandwich, but they're going to be like little pre-made sandwiches or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't go to those places for food really.
Yeah.
I go to Dunkin' Donuts only if my kid is having a shit fit about getting a donut, because there happens to be one just down the street from where I live. And every now and then the wife and I, because it's not just a not just a Dunkin' Donuts, but it's also a Baskin Robbins.
Oh, you get
ice cream.
You get two in one.
That one place here in California is a stoner's mecca.
Oh man!
You should see that place at like 9 o'clock at night. What the hell is everybody doing, getting donuts and ice cream at 10 o'clock at night? And at 4:20, for some reason, the the driveway is just all the way out into the middle of the parking lot. I don't get it.
Yeah, well.
But anyway, let's get back to this cheating thing. So
I don't know what I don't know. That's the thing. How many guys are actually?
Oh, it's not the same anymore. Tim Hortons. It's just not the same.
I just go for ice caps. I just go for ice caps.
What's that?
You don't know what ice cap is?
No. Oh, an ice cappuccino.
Oh God, they're like liquid crack cocaine there for sure.
Listen to me. Starbucks gives me anxiety.
Does it?
Okay. Yes. If the wife for some god awful reason asks me to go down to Starbucks to go get her coffee, I don't know what I'm ordering. I go down there and I'm like, I freeze up. I have to have her text me what it's called.
I'll have a macchiato, light cream, no whip, decaf, pumpkin spice.
I'm sorry.
Shot of vanilla. Yeah, either do I. It's a coffee. Give me a coffee. So okay, let's get off the coffee.
I'm a black coffee drinker.
I don't drink coffee. I drink ice caps. So I don't know what they'll be able to do to fix the cheating, and how many guys are actually cheating makes you wonder.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
I know.
In what forum are they learning of these cheats, and how is it that it wasn't news, forever ago?
Yeah, you guys should talk about sim equipment. Some guys think having Hot Wheels will make you faster, but look at Kevin and Jake. Their Logitech are kicking ass. Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah.
I like having high-end equipment.
Yeah, it just looks cool in my bedroom, man. And when I hang my T-shirt on it, it even looks cooler. Like, what is that? That's the most advanced clothing hanger I've ever seen.
Well, I had a guy, because we had our Thanksgiving dinner last night, and I went out for a cigarette, and there was my buddy Steve, we're at his house having it there across the road, and he brought a work friend over, because they're all from the East Coast, so they have no family here. So Thanksgiving, you get everyone together.
Sure.
So Steve's like, Mike, we got to show Ray your rig. Now Ray is a big ass black dude.
Okay.
Not fat. He's just a big dude. Military.
Just a big dude.
Just a big dude. Military. Built like a shipwreck house. Jamaican. So he's like, yeah, I want to see this. So he came over last night. He's like, I want a shot. I'm like, okay, I guess I could boot it all up. Stuck him in ACC. And because it's just the easiest game to set up in VR right now for me.
You're right.
Couldn't get him out of it for an hour. Hours in it, and then at the end of it, he's like, "No, if I wanted to buy all this, what would it cost me?" I'm like, "Don't ask. Don't ask." He's like, "What do you mean?" I could buy 2 of those in the background. Well, maybe a used one, maybe 2 used ones.
I've had the same experience. I had a friend of mine come over who, was like a Need for Speed console player guy and he's actually a coworker of my wife's, and he came over and he was like, "Hey, I heard you have some kind of a racing simulator or whatever." And this is when I had my desk set up. It wasn't even a rig. And I said, "Oh yeah, here, let me put you on track." He was in my room for about hour and a half, almost 2 hours. Like, he just didn't want to stop. He was like, I'm getting it. And he was getting the hang of it. I mean, he was getting around the track. He was getting faster. And then the salesman kicks in on me, because then I'm like, hey, dude, you need to... I'm always trying to see if I can pique people's interest in it. People that don't know anything about it. But he got on there and he was just stuck, man. He was just like, this is so cool. And so I kind of like those reactions. I
don't. And Eric is asking, like, do you need high-end equipment to go fast, B, have fun, C, get the most out of everything?
Well, I'll tell you, this is the challenge that I'm faced with right now. My CSO Elite worked perfectly fine. It was it was a good wheel.
Yeah.
This wheel provides so much more detail and so much more strength. The problem I'm having is finding the balance between that detail and the strength. And specifically, my biggest challenge right now is our upcoming race on ACC at Spa. When I'm hitting Eau Rouge, and it's either how unsettled the car is coming off the top of Eau Rouge, but there's a torque that I'm getting from the wheel as I'm cresting over the top, and it's inducing me to do a problem. It's giving me a problem because it's torquing so much that my counter torquing on it is getting the car to go like I'm fighting the wheel too much, is what I'm saying. And so I gotta figure it out because it's really irritating me at this point.
I've had cheap wheels, and you know what? I had just as much fun in my cheap wheels as I have on my high-end setup.
Yeah, I mean, I started on
but it's tough. It's tough, but it's tough to go from a high-end back down to a low-end wheel.
Oh yeah.
Because I did that
well, I know somebody who did that, and they were like, you know what, my G29 is great. As a matter of fact, I love the way it feels over blah blah blah, and I'm like, you might be on crack, but
I like a heavy wheel, and no belt-driven wheel could ever do that for me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. The one thing that I do think makes a big difference in sim racing, not talking about steering equipment, pedal equipment, is having a proper chassis, having a proper seating position, and having something that doesn't flex. Because I went from a different rig. I went from a kind of a more of a static rig that wasn't as customizable, and it had a little bit of forward back movement, but you know, we all know that's not a big problem in sim racing because your movement is mostly lateral, like left and right. So, you know, as long as that was stiff. But coming into like my sim lab rig, just knowing that my pedals don't move at all, you know, like there's no flex in the pedal plate, and in the wheel mount there's no flex whatsoever. I find that to be a really big game changer for me when I did that. But I went for years and years on a G25. I mean, I can't believe the thing lasted as long as it did. And the only reason why I swapped it out was because it stopped working right. You know, the sensor died on it. But, you know, Eric, 1987 Yugo, the
Yugo.
That's a funny screen. That's a good one. It is cool having really nice equipment, and it adds, for me, beyond the
what was new old stock car racing? Please refrain from sending long messages. Oh,
that's your
that's McCoy.
Yeah.
The alien's going to be fast if he's racing with Logitech or Leo Ball under the benefit of having a high-end wheels level. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I don't think I'm any faster on this setup that I have. But the one thing is, for me, is that I don't think I have to change anything that I have now. Like, I don't have to wonder about a direct drive because I have it now. And it is an improvement in the fact that you can tune it so much.
See, I believe what Mike there said is pedals are the biggest update over a wheel.
Yeah, I agree.
You go like we were talking about earlier, because I'm about to send you a set of Huskenveld Pros. because I have ultimates coming. And going from, say, the first set of wheels I was using, I think it was the Xbox 360 wheel or whatever, and pedals, going then to a T300 RS. And then I got the Fanatec version 1s with the load cell. Then I think the version 2s. And then I went to the version 3s. As soon as I went to the version 3s, after having everything else, once you get a load cell pedal, it is virtually impossible to go back to an old school potentiometer.
I wouldn't even. I was really good on my Logitech pedal.
That's muscle memory. That's muscle memory. You're used to it.
You know all muscle memory.
You know exactly where you have to push that pedal down to so it doesn't lock up. You know,
right.
Where as soon as you go to a load cell, like I have my load cell set to the heaviest setting, and I like to mash on that brake pedal because the harder you press it, the harder those brakes are gonna go in.
Yeah, and you can feel the pressure. You can feel, and we were discussing this before. My leg injury, like I have a lot of nerve damage in my left leg, and part of that is part of my foot is completely dead, like numb. Yeah. Like I can't feel anything on it. So the only thing I can feel is pressure. Yeah. So I lose the subtlety of like the skin tactile, like that, that surface.
Just what what's his face? Mike said there. He went from V3s, which you have now, to a set of sprints, and he was able to reduce his braking zone by 50 meters. And that's what I've always noticed. As soon as I went to the Huskenvelds, 9 times out of 10, I can pretty much outbrake whoever I was racing against. If we're going side by side for a couple laps and I knew where they're going to brake every time, I could push that 10, 15 feet longer and have the... you can eat a dick. I could push that distance a little bit. No, it's because you're heavier than me. It's because you're heavier than me. You know what? Shut up. Shut up. So, but yeah, no, the V3s. But the V3s
we'll have the late braking competition.
Yeah,
we'll get out on track.
Both into the wall.
How about this, Mike? Why don't we add another segment to where you and I, if we can do screen sharing of some sort, that you and I log into a server and we drive around, a track messing around while we're doing this too. That'd be kind of fun. If we can talk and drive at the same time.
I can talk and drive. I talk all the time when I'm driving.
You just talk shit though. That's it.
Yeah, but you know what? I love that about sim racing. And when XL first started, through the race, everyone was chatting. And you're going into a corner and you're like, you're gonna crash, and I'm gonna pass you. We used to do it all the time. It was just the banter on the server was phenomenal. I loved it. You could have a good crack. Now you get into
those in the fun races.
The fun races are fun. When you get into a serious league, I still like to chat. I still like to let the guys know, listen, I'm on your right hand side, or left hand side, or I'm gonna take you out in this corner because you pissed me off last.
There's some people that really like the realism of not being able to talk to the other drivers. Just as you can't in real life, and I find for me, with the minimal brain cells that I operate on, I'm held to very particular tasks. I've got very low random access memory in my head, so basically I have to stay kind of focused. And I remember one race, somebody had like a fire alarm, like a smoke alarm that was just beeping every now and then, and oh man, it was driving me crazy. It was like, I'm not thinking about the track. I'm thinking about, why hasn't he changed the battery in his fire alarm? Like how long has he been sitting at his house with that thing beeping? Some people, I guess, just get used to it, or they just don't want to go and change the battery. But that's a whole another thing. But I do like to concentrate. I do like to be quiet. I don't like outbursts and anger during a...
No, that annoys me. Anyone who does that is just... It's a game. It is a fucking game. You're not going to die if he crashes you.
Yeah.
the worst that's going to happen, you're going to get spun out. You're going to get put back 5-10 spots.
Yeah, I mean, but there is something else that you have to think about, and and there's a lot of people that spend a lot of their free time working on setups and getting the car perfect, and then they get out on track, and the last thing they want to do is hear a whole conversation while they're racing. And it's happened. We've had drivers come on, during qualifying and start asking about track limits, and it's like, no, you know what? I think in qualifying more than anything, people are concentrating even more because they're just trying to put down the fastest, time lap that they can get. So,
see,
I guess this is etiquette.
That's what Mike just said. It's racing etiquette. Yes, I understand. That's why you hardly ever hear me talk during a race, unless a complete bell end has gone and done something.
I gotta move my chat window over by our camera to where I'm actually seeing people, because Mike and I basically said the same thing at the same time.
Yeah. But, no, I understand it. I understand the whole chatting during a race. Some guys don't like it. Some guys don't mind it. Some guys don't even join the chat while they're racing.
But during our fun races, or those nights that we just get on the track and just start ripping around and we try to rub each other.
Oh yeah, it's just a good laugh.
Dude, there's times where I'm like headphone off, that was totally hilarious. Especially if we can get around an entire lap just completely fucking each other off, pushing each other off track, or some of the great crashes of my. They're just hilarious. They're fun. That's the great thing about sim racing.
Yeah.
What's important though too is having good quality people. And that's the good part about.
I was referring to dudes that were bulls in a china shop. Yeah, we've all raced with them.
Yeah,
we've all raced with them.
Yeah, but it's as a league admin, and you're trying to keep
the peace.
The adhesion. Yeah, keep the peace. Keep the adhesion. Keep everybody coming back every week. It's a challenge, but
we've been lucky. We've been lucky in our league because it's usually the same 20 guys. It's 18 to 20 guys that are always racing every week. So you get to know how every guy handles on a track in a crowd.
Who you can race tight
against. Who can you race tight against? I'm not the fastest by any means anymore. Because
I know because I passed you like twice.
You've beat me once this league.
That's true. I had such a bad. My PC crashed.
You know what? All I'm hearing is excuses. That's all. All I'm hearing is excuses. But I used to practice.
I thought it was going to be you, Mike. Because you have so much crap in your garage.
Oh God! Don't get me started. I'm dreading redoing Windows when my video card comes.
I can't wait. I can't wait till you have to go through that.
I love the fact that in our league that we can race against guys door to door. I'll say 98% of the guys in our league we can race door to door.
Yeah.
There's a few, and
there's a few people that just need more hours and just more understanding of how to endure a race, because it's not.
McCoy will testify. If I'm getting lapped by him and who's the other two guys?
Jake Rawson.
Yeah. If I'm getting lapped, I'm not gonna let them by easy in the corners. But as soon as there's a spot where they can pass, I'll move over. I'll give them the room, and I won't fuck up their race.
Yeah, I had the last race. I was about to get lapped by Jake. I did get lapped by Jake, and it was 2 laps to the end of the race. And yeah, of course, we both can go through the turn at around the same rate, but I just stayed wide and let him stay on the inside and take it. But I knew he was approaching me. He was approaching me for 3 laps, And so every time on the straightaways, I was going like this to him because I knew it was him, and I'm not gonna put up a fight with him, but I was like, like just messing with him. So as he passes me and we go down the next straightaway, he starts doing that. It was like a wave, like, hey man, it was. I was laughing.
Yeah, I hate those first lap yahoos who try to win it on the first lap.
Yeah, you can't,
You'll never win it on the first, especially in a race where you have to pit. Like, that's what I love about having to put a pit into it, and you have to add fuel and tires, because it adds a strategy to it.
It adds a little strategy. It adds.
Do you run half the race and then pit, or do you set a pace, knowing everyone's going to be pitting in between lap? Because how long are leagues usually races? Usually about 20 laps, 25 laps?
27. Our last one was 27 laps.
Okay. So most guys would be lapping between lap 12 and lap 16.
Right.
Now do you take the
I did something different. I took into consideration the fact that I wasn't allowed to start the race from the grid.
Yeah.
And then in ACC, for some who knows what reason, it made me hold in the pit for an additional minute and a half. So when I came out, I started strategizing in my head. Okay, so if I wait 6 laps, if I run 6 laps, I'll have enough room in the gas tank to go back in real quick, have them top off the entire tank.
Yeah.
And then get back out there and just try to run as consistent of a lap as I could, and hope that I do an over/under on somebody that I still have to do the problem in pits.
I still have to do the points from last week.
I know, mine.
Dude, it's been such a...
Look, that graphic is nice, but it's a pain in the ass, okay? We need something that... Listen, if it's just me going in and just typing real quick, do you have
Photoshop? Do you have Photoshop?
No, I don't want to do it. No.
Oh, okay, fine then. Be that way. Thought you were supposed to be an admin and help me on all this shit.
I'm not an artist.
I have the points done. They'll be up today. Sorry, McCoy. Don't get mad at me. I know you love me. It's just been a very long week at work.
Yeah, me too.
And I tried to get them done after the race, and then the wife was just like,
I saw when you get home, and all of a sudden there's a big, huge plate of nachos. How are you going to get back on the computer after a huge tray of nachos?
That wasn't a work night. Where's the fun race tonight? Where are we doing the fun race tonight? That's a secret.
Right, so it's a secret. You won't.
It's gonna be. I'll tell you the car though. I will tell you the car. It is. So we're doing AMS2. If I can get the server going, the cars are not an issue. The cars load no problem. When it comes to the track, it's a fucking crapshoot.
But that seems like a very manageable thing. Like, we should be able to figure out how to choose a track on the dedicated server. It's got to.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Dr. Evil.
You guys should spread the word. Make it easier. Helps to get people involved.
No shit. Wait a second.
Eric, do you have Photoshop?
You're going to be a part of it. Yeah, Eric, if you got Photoshop, we could. You know what? We can ask our group if there's anybody that wants to take on a little bit of the help with our.
So that's
with our league,
the UK side of the league is like a well-oiled machine. Those guys, Justin, Webelov, Alex.
Oh yeah.
And the two Alexes.
So on top of it.
Nick Curry is starting to get R Factor 2 again going. So those guys, but we've been doing it on that side for years. We've got almost 5 years now. We've been doing it. 5 years. It has been 5 years.
Hey, McCoy, you got to get it. I mean, it's ridiculous not to have AMS2 at this point because.
No, McCoy, get it installed. Trust me.
Yeah, it's good. You'll like it.
Get it installed. Don't be a bell end.
Yeah, you need to be involved in this as well.
Because you'll love it.
Especially in your VR, man. Like in VR, there's nothing like it.
He's selling his VR.
He's selling his VR?
Yeah, he's sticking to his triples.
I like the triple idea too. It's nice to not. It's nice to see my wife trying to attack me when I'm sim racing. So I'm actually going to mount mirrors so I can see behind me because that's where the door is back there.
Rear view mirror.
And I got my stars and stripes right here on the wall next to me.
I thought that was just hanging up your underwear to let it dry. What car are we going to be racing? We're racing the Mini Coopers.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Mini Coupes.
The new Mini Coopers that just came out, and then they've done an update. They've done a hot fix for it already. Something with the.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's another hot fix out for it.
I'm definitely going to use my.
It's gonna McCoy. It's going to be a short track. It's not going to be a big track. You know, where it takes you 4 minutes to lap it. It's going to be a short, fast. Come in, join Discord.
4 minutes.
Yeah, it's you put those things in. You put those things at like Silverstone, a full lap. Not Silverstone. Let's say Spa. It'd be like a 4-minute lap.
I haven't tried the car yet, so I haven't.
Either have I. So we're all going to be in the same boat.
You haven't tried the.
No, I've been trying to get the fucking server going. Spent all week. Come home 7:30 at night. What are you doing? I'm trying to get the server working.
McCoy, don't you love getting that new sim and that new sim smell? I mean, don't you love that part of getting a new sim and opening?
How can you smell it anymore? It's all done through fucking Steam. It's not like you're going. It's not like you're going to EB Games and buying that game. Going, oh look.
I remember when I purchased R Factor 1.
Make sure you get the back end of the minis loose, or you'll be swapping ends all race. Oh. Del Rob with the hint there. Del Rob, you staying up late and racing with us, or do you have to work tomorrow?
Yeah, so that's.
Oh yeah, the Americans have to work tomorrow. Us Canadians have the day off.
Yep.
I wanted let's do a Monday night race because I got Tuesday off.
I won't be around. I close Monday nights, so I won't be home until after 10. But that's fine. I mean, you can go. You can do it.
That's fine. If you're not going to be there, it's fine. You know, you never show up for anything I want.
I can quit my job.
You never show up for anything I want to do. You just doing your own fucking thing.
Mike, we were talking about this. We were talking about this offline. Let's not get our emotions involved in our broadcast. Okay?
You know what?
Let's just.
I would be there for you if you need me, and you just.
This is exactly what Eric was talking about.
Working overtime tomorrow. I'm afraid, lad. Call in sick. Don't be a bitch. Call in sick.
Where's he from?
So Del Rob is Derek. He lives in Scotland. So he's one of my buddies, one of the original Exiled members from Scotland, and I was actually we FaceTimed for about an hour yesterday morning.
Glad to have you, Del Rob.
Derek, make sure you hit the follow button.
Yeah, folks, we could use your subscription.
The thing is, we need to get to 50 followers minimum.
Yeah.
So we can unlock more stuff on Twitch.
On this, with the rate that we're going right now, we'll be ready by 2022.
I think if Mike 604 posts on his group that he's coming over here to do a thing, we might get another.
That'd be cool.
We'll probably get another 20 followers.
That might be nice.
Another 20 followers.
I'm really looking forward to interviewing him. He seems like a really cool guy, really nice guy. You know what's funny though? He kind of reminds me of David Blaine. Do you know who David Blaine is?
I've seen him.
Magician.
I've seen him.
The magician.
Yeah. Well, I've seen Mike 604
Mike
as well.
604 kind of looks like him and kind of sounds like him a little bit.
Maybe he'll do a magic trick.
Maybe he'll do
thanks for the follow, Del Rob.
Thanks, Del.
Maybe he'll do a magic trick with the car. Watch Just Our Luck.
Watch him gain 2 seconds in the
watch Just Our Luck. He'll be streaming his lap, and the next thing you know, he'll hit a physics thing, and it'll just shoot his car up in the air, and then all of a sudden the GIF on the screen will be what's that guy's name? He was in the first Transformers movie. Shia LaBeouf, where he's doing the magic GIF. Have you seen that GIF? Yeah. How'd you do that? Magic. Oh God! So
But yeah, I'm looking forward to having Mike with us and trying out the little things that we were talking about and see how that rolls out, see how people like it. And if you're not a subscriber to Mike's 60 or to Sim Racing YouTube channel, Sim Racing 604, he's a great guy to watch. He does basically just a straightforward reviews on products and things that he enjoys doing. So we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, let me get his YouTube channel up here, and I'll YouTube.
Yeah, put a link on it.
Sim Racing 604. Someone's knocking on my garage door. Motherfucker's got 23,000 subscribers.
That's it.
That's all. We need to steal some of those subscribers.
Yeah, that's not that many.
There. I put a link to his page.
There we go.
Put a link to his page. We gotta steal some of those subscribers.
He's another Canuck, so yeah.
Oh, he's literally just in Vancouver, so I should try to get him over here and do his lap on my rig.
Yeah, are those tweezers, Mike?
They are, man. I'm just.
What do you use tweezers for?
I was pulling nose hairs out. No, it's for my 3D print.
As a hobby, like you.
No, it's for my 3D printer.
It's like I just like the pain.
It's for my 3D printer.
Out of time. I don't cry, Mike, so I make myself cry.
Oh God! So next week we do have Mike from Mike 604 Sim Racing on. Yeah. Who else should we try and get on? Who should we send an invite out to?
We're gonna get them all.
We should send a few invites out.
Yeah, that's.
We have a hot lap challenge.
Yep, we are going to have a hot lap challenge for our
guests,
YouTubers, fellow YouTube broadcasters. So
let's. You know what? Let's. We can do it for two. Let's do it for our followers. Let's do one for our followers. And we'll do one for our guests.
Well, okay, so you got to think about how do you make that happen. So we're going to be running a server.
That's fine. I can set up. You can set up unlimited servers.
I know that, and that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is our broadcaster, our guest, our interviewer needs to come on and do like 2 hot laps. Like
yeah.
Two time laps. And then maybe we reveal the password to our followers, and then they can get onto it and try to beat the time or kind of do it that way. Because we want to have the broadcasters as like celebrities, right? So they're going to be.
Yeah, let's do it. I don't want them throw. No. Let's do it that way. Let's do it that way. So after Mike does his laps.
Yes.
For the following week, we'll open it up to our followers. And they can only run 3 laps. They have the one hot lap. Anything over the 3 laps, your time won't count.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. That's good. Good participation.
Cool. We'll set up the server.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We'll set up the server. Should we do it in rain, night, Sebring?
No. We got to keep it consistent. We got to keep the track and car consistent so that every single person that comes on is competing with the guy who maybe interviewed the week before. So let's say we have Mike 604. He puts down a lap time, and then next week we have another guy come on and he does the same lap, same car, and then that way there's a real challenge to it.
I really want to get Marcel from Studio 397 in it.
Okay.
I want to try and get. I think it'd be hilarious if we get Jimmy Brombat on. I don't know if he'd do it. I think Gamer Muscle might.
Yeah, he might.
I think William Marsh might.
We need another bald goatee guy on our broadcast.
Who would be the other?
And that's Gamer Muscle. He looks just like he's got no hair.
So we got to try and get those guys on. So what we need is everyone. What time is the race today? 6 p.m. Just like always. We're not changing it. We need to get all those guys. So we need everyone. You guys look like brothers. We are. I'm the better looking one, who's not as fat. So we need to hit up all the YouTubers. So I'm going to shoot out to Sim Racing Girl because I've talked to her quite a few times at the Sim Expo and stuff. I think she would do it. Sure. We literally need to find anyone who streams YouTube's racing to come on. They don't have to come on for the whole show. They can come on for 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. I think the whole show would be great because they get their views on shit we're talking about. Yeah, let's do that. So we need everyone who's sitting in the chat to spam all these sim racers for us.
Yeah.
You guys need to go on this show.
Yeah. Take responsibility.
Yeah. It's a team effort. It's a team effort. It's a team effort.
Michael, build it and they will come.
So yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, we're over an hour.
Yeah.
I can keep going. I can keep going. I'm good. My wife's passed out on the couch.
Mine's at work.
Is she?
I kind of want to get to doing some racing today and having some fun.
Okay, let's do that.
I only have a window of opportunity to have uninterrupted, unadulterated good times. And
my neighbor shot me a message. Can you help me come move something?
I hate that. That's why I never bought a truck. I never bought a pickup truck my entire life. All my friends bought pickup trucks, but I was a step ahead of them, and I was going, I'm going to be calling you.
Speaking of truck,
not the other way around.
Speaking of truck, I bought a new truck.
No way.
I did.
What did you get? You didn't get the Gladiator.
I got the Gladiator.
You're so.
But
there's a great scene in a. Hang on. There's a great.
I factory ordered it.
Uh-huh.
So I got a Stingray Rubicon Gladiator.
Ooh.
But the Eco Diesel.
Like Gladiator movies. All right, I'm gonna put a link up, and you gotta.
Send it to me in chat.
I'm sending it right here.
Joey, you like movies about gladiators?
How was that?
Did you watch it?
It was only like 5 seconds.
Yeah, did you hear it?
Yeah. You're dumb. You're dumb.
Did you watch it? Did you ever see the movie Airplane?
Oh, she's still going here. What's going on here? Yes, I've watched movies. I've watched Airplane. I think it was like 5.
You're ridiculous that you got people know you're sitting in your garage and they're banging on your garage. That's why I don't make really good friends with my neighbors. And I don't own a pickup truck because I don't want to get that.
So he owns the truck. He just needs a hand lifting something.
I know, dude. That's why I don't make. See, that's why I take it.
But I make him buy me an ice cap.
I take a what? Mike?
He'll buy me an ice cap.
Grande? Is that a
no? You know what? When you come up here and it's the middle of summer next year, you and the wife come up here for a holiday for a week to visit. I'll take you for an ice cap, and you know what your exact face will do? It'd be like.
Listen, if you're talking about an iced cappuccino, we have those here.
It's not the same. It's not the same. Trust me, I know.
How's it
Tim Hortons ice cap is not the same as anything else.
I guarantee you I could probably go over to Dunkin' Donuts, which is probably the same parent company as Tim Hortons.
You know what? We're going to have a falling out here, Mike, and we're going to lose our friendship over this.
Over an old 1950s restaurant?
You know what? I'm going to kick your ass on the track tonight. I'm going to spin you out just for shits and giggles.
You can try, Michael.
Oh,
You
buddy,
can try.
buddy.
I'll just disqualify.
I guess you know what. You know
You
what.
won't be able to do anything. And
You know
you'll have
what?
a very boring race.
This little mini's probably got the same horsepower as your FJ Cruiser. Bet your FJ Cruiser's front wheel drive too.
Oh man.
Oh, okay.
All right, Mike. With that, I'm getting out of here.
I'm getting out too.
It's getting thick in here, man.
All right, brother. Love you, guys. Thanks for coming in and
All
watching.
right, guys. Hey, thank you all for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Make sure to
Next Sunday.
Make sure to click. You know what's funny? I am not going to use the word smash. Okay, everybody's like, smash that subscribe, smash that button, smash. You know what? Smash or smash. Just click the damn button and follow us. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody, have a great weekend. Canadians, enjoy your turkey. And,
Gobble gobbles.
And we'll catch you on the next one with Mike from SimRacing 604. Have a great